Brew day. Brew day, brew day, brew day, yeah. So, what we're brewing today, we are brewing, okay, we're not. We're supposed to be brewing a rye PA. Then when I went to get some rye out, I've bought roasted rye. Darker and it's roasty. I put on YouTube official, would it work? What would I do with it? I've got loads of dark malt, so I didn't need any more. Unless I just give it a go as you normally would. So that seems to be what everybody thought. So I'm doing a, don't know what it is, a rye, not PA, a rye something. So we've got quick run through. I won't take long. 4 kilograms Marisota, 200 grams of roasted rye, 300 grams of crystal, 50 grams of torrefied wheat, 30 grams of Atlas at the start of the boil, 24 grams in the last 10 minutes because that was the end of the packet. And I'm going to use a Californian Common. Cross my leaf, Californian Common, only because I seem to have a load of lager type yeast and I've never brewed a lager. I've got a mixed pack. It's crisp, says it's crisp and drops out clear. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing else is right in the brew, is it? So in the recipe, so that might as well not be as well. So I've brewed rye PAs. I really like rye PAs, and I've got a video. I did a rye beer, so I had a load of rye that it was getting on a bit, so I decided to do a rye, just a rye beer, loads of rye in it, and that was the worst brew day I've ever had. I had a problem with my hot liquor tank. I had to boil the water. I had to get the water up to temperature twice because I had my spanners in it because I had a leak and I had to fix it. I stuck sparge because rye it's just cloggy in it. Like I said on the video, I was warned about it, but it was an absolute. It was like 9 till 5 or something. It took me. It's a bleeding nightmare. Yeah. So there's not so much in this, is there? We're getting ready for a boil, and see how it goes. I have no idea what it's going to be like. I don't know what it's going to taste like. It was quite dark. It looks like when I put it in the boil kettle, it looked like an English ale colour. It smelled nice. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. It'll be alright. What can go wrong? Atlas hops. I've got a load of Atlas hops cheap. I'm using. It was really cheap. They smell really nice. Now I was under the impression there was like a substitute for mosaic, but on rereading I don't think it is. I think it sort of brings out citrusy notes in other hops. So I'll dry hop this with something. I'm not sure what yet. In my normal one I use Amarillo and Citra last time. Time before that, mosaic. We'll see. I'll have a think about it. There's no rush, is there? See how we go. That's it, we're done. We're tucked away in the fermentation fridge. Got my numbers wrong somewhere. I ended up with 24.5 litres, but I did put more Marisota in there than I do normally with my pale. Sorry, with my rye. So, 10:31, a bit disappointed, but it'll be alright. Fermenting it at 19 degrees. So, what have I been up to? Fermentation fridge. The fermentation fridge, the big one that I showed you. Got all that ready, tried to use it, and I hadn't turned it on before since I moved it from somebody else's house, and it didn't work. Didn't like being moved. So I put my trailer on the car and went and fetched it, brought it in, did the shells, put the heater in it, sat it there, cleaned it all out and sat it there. And then I had to put the trailer back on, put it in back and take it to tip. Great. But there's always a silver lining. I'm not sure it was a great idea anyway. So as I showed you on the last video, or don't know if it was the last one, but I've got a small fermentation fridge, just a normal fridge. And I wanted to be able to ferment 2 at a time. And I thought a big one was, I mean, it heated up for fermenting, but then I tested it to cold crash it and it just didn't, the fridge wasn't working at all. So I found another one. Let me just, there you go. She's all ready to go. I think I just swapped everything over really. I even only had to cut the shelves down a bit. So I've got that one and I've got the other one that you know I've got the other one behind you. So yeah, it's quicker to warm up, it's quicker to cool down, and yeah, I've got 2, so more economical. So I'm actually pleased. It was a bit of a pain because I had to put some work into it, but I was, I think it's a better idea. Personally, I might be wrong, but for me, I think I prefer it. So, nugget. I was talking about nugget earlier. I used it for bittering, didn't I? I haven't used it before, but I got a load cheap, and I do a pale ale that I normally have on tap. So I double dry hopped my last pale ale, which I'm drinking at the moment, which is on the new tap. So I know it looks a bit funny, and anyone with OCD is going to struggle here, but there was three taps on this. I just added another one because I can fit, I don't know if you can see from there, I can fit 4 in. I can't fit any more, it's not tall enough. So that's all I'm going to get. I don't know whether I'm going to leave it like that or whether I'm going to, just for aesthetics, I've got a spare tap that it leaks. I've changed seals in it, I can't stop it leaking, so, but I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I kept it. I could put it there, just to make it look, or I could just live with it. It's on the garage, so yes, I only put this tap in yesterday, so I've only just put this pale ale on yesterday, so it's only the second one off it, I think. Yeah, so it ain't clear, and it's got a lot of hops in it. So I was just brewing my pale ale, and then I got all these hops. I thought, I'll try that. So I put 30 grams of citron, 30 grams of mosaic in for a start, which was going to be that was it. That's all I was going to do. And about 3 days in, for them being in, I thought, oh, do you know what? I've got loads of this nugget. I'm gonna chuck 100 grams in. So after 3 days, I chucked another 100 grams in, and left it for 5 days. I don't know whether that's ever going to clear out, but this is what happens on all my. It picks up sediment a bit from the bottom, and then it clears, doesn't it? I haven't got one of them floaty valve pickup things, but it's got a lot of hops in now. I thought, I can't remember what I was doing, but I didn't get the hops out, and I put all my ball bearings in it, sunk to the bottom, so I didn't want to stick my hand in, so I left it in, and I think I was at work, and I had to come back and fish them out. Put them in the secretary. I just didn't have time to do it, so I was worried it was going to make it bitter, but it hasn't. It is a little bit. It's more bitter than my pale ale would normally be, and it's the same recipe, but it's fruity, a bit florally. I'm pretty impressed with them hops. I like them. What else have we been up to? I've heard Harry Brew 69 talking about beer heads, and I found there's one in Lincoln. So I went there at the weekend with a couple of mates, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. loads of different craft beers. Yeah, it was good. Some good beers on there. I was really impressed. I've made myself one of these after watching Dude's Brew. He did a bit of a, so I can bottle off a keg. I haven't done any yet. I've not bottled any off a keg yet. We'll see how that goes. Carbonation. I haven't done it. I'll do a couple of test bottles. I always end up with some bottled. I'm thinking of starting doing double batches, because even with 4 kegs in there, I've still got 2 spare, and I could get a couple more. So, I mean, boil pot's big enough. So I'm tempted. Just doubling everything up. We'll see. So yeah, brew day's done. We'll come back with a tasting video on that one. I have no idea how it's going to come out. I've not a clue, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.